Welcome, brave adventurers, to the land of Skyrim. Today we embark on a journey to uncover the top 7 best decisions you can make in this epic game. We're talking about the kind of choices that'll make you a legend in Skyrim, the kind of stuff bards will sing about for generations to come, or at least until the next dragon attack. Grab your swords and spells and let's dive in. Alright lads, first up we're joining the Thieves Guild. This isn't just any guild, it's the most notorious group of thieves in all of Skyrim. If you want to make a name for yourself, this is where you start. Now, some of you goody two-shoes might be thinking, Pewds, why would I want to be a dirty thief? Well, let me tell you, it's not just about stealing for the sake of it, it's about the thrill, the strategy, and the sheer audacity of pulling off the impossible. And to that I say, have you seen the loot these guys get? We're talking about treasures that would make even the wealthiest nobles green with envy. We're talking about mountains of gold, jewels that'd make a dragon jealous, and enough sweet rolls to satisfy even the hungriest adventurer. Imagine the feasts you could have, the luxuries you could afford. But it's not just about the riches, my friends. The camaraderie, the brotherhood, the sense of belonging to a group that lives by its own rules. That's priceless. The Thieves Guild is full of colorful characters, from the cunning Brynjolf to the enigmatic Mercer Frey. Each member has their own story, their own skills, and their own reasons for being part of this shadowy organization. And the quests? Let's just say, they're a bit more exciting than hauling cabbages for farmers. You'll be involved in high-stakes heists, intricate plots, and daring escapades that will keep your adrenaline pumping. You'll be breaking into heavily guarded vaults, pickpocketing rich snobs, and generally living life on the edge. Each mission is a test of your wits, your skills, and your nerve. Plus, being a master thief comes with its perks. Exclusive rewards, special abilities, and the respect of your peers are just the beginning. You'll learn how to sneak past even the most vigilant guards, pick locks faster than a Nord can chug a tankard of ale, and shoot arrows with the precision of Legolas on a caffeine high. Your skills will be honed to perfection, making you a force to be reckoned with. Trust me, joining the Thieves Guild is a decision you won't regret. The adventures, the treasures, and the friendships you'll forge are worth every risk. It's a wild ride full of adventure, treasure, and enough shenanigans to make even Sheogorath proud. So, what are you waiting for? Dive into the shadows and become a legend in Skyrim's underworld. Next up, we're talking about a decision that'll really let you unleash your inner beast, becoming a werewolf. This isn't just a cosmetic change, it's a lifestyle choice that can redefine your entire gameplay experience. Now, I know what you're thinking. Werewolves? Isn't that a bit, messy? Sure, it can be a bit chaotic, but that's part of the thrill, isn't it? The transformation is intense and the power you gain is unparalleled. And yeah, things can get a little hairy, literally, when you transform, but trust me, the benefits far outweigh the drawbacks. Imagine the freedom of running wild under the moonlight, the thrill of the hunt, and the sheer power at your fingertips. First of all, have you seen a werewolf in action? They're like giant furry tanks. Their sheer size and strength make them formidable opponents in any battle. You'll tear through your enemies like a hot knife through butter. No more sneaking around or carefully planning your attacks. Just raw, unbridled power. Claws of steel, teeth like daggers, and a roar that'd make a dragon wet itself. What's not to love? These aren't just for show. They make you a force to be reckoned with in combat. But it's not just about raw power, my friends. Being a werewolf also gives you some pretty sweet perks. It's like having a VIP pass to the wild side of Skyrim. You'll regenerate health faster than a mage can cast a healing spell, which means you can stay in the fight longer and take on tougher enemies without constantly worrying about your health. You'll be immune to diseases, which is a big deal in a world where people throw garbage out their windows, so you can focus on the important things like slaying dragons and exploring dungeons. And you'll even be able to sprint on all fours because who needs horses anyway? This ability lets you cover ground quickly and adds a whole new dimension to your mobility. Now, some people might say that being a werewolf is uncivilized or barbaric. They might argue that it's a step backward, away from the sophistication of magic and the elegance of swordplay, but you know what? Skyrim is a harsh world, and sometimes you need to fight fire with fire, or in this case, claws and teeth. In a land filled with dragons, undead, and all manner of beasts, embracing your inner werewolf can be a strategic advantage. So embrace your inner beast, let out a mighty howl, and show those bandits, Draugr, and mudcrabs who's top dog. Whether you're defending a village or exploring the wilderness, being a werewolf can make you the ultimate predator. So go ahead, take the plunge and let the beast within you reign supreme. Hold on to your cheese wheels because things are about to get political. In the land of Skyrim, the choice between the Stormcloaks and the Imperials isn't just a simple decision, it's a matter of life, death, and the future of an entire province. Choosing a side in the Skyrim Civil War is a monumental decision, one that'll shape the fate of the entire province. This isn't just about picking a team, it's about deciding the future of a land steeped in history and conflict. On one hand, you've got the Stormcloaks, a ragtag bunch of rebels fighting for Skyrim's independence from the Empire. They believe in the right to self-governance and the preservation of their cultural heritage. They're led by the charismatic and slightly shouty Ulfric Stormcloak, who's basically the Skyrim equivalent of William Wallace. Ulfric's voice can literally shake the foundations of buildings, and his passion for freedom is equally earth-shattering. If you're all about freedom, tradition, and sticking it to the establishment, then the Stormcloaks might be the right choice for you. They represent the spirit of rebellion and the desire to return to a simpler, more honorable way of life. On the other hand, you've got the Imperial Legion, the mighty army of the Empire. They are the embodiment of order and discipline, striving to maintain the unity of the Empire and keep the peace across its vast territories. They're the ones who've kept the peace in Skyrim more or less for centuries, and they're not about to let some rebellious Nords change that. The Imperials believe that a unified empire is the best way to ensure stability and prosperity for all. If you value order, stability, and having a giant eagle as your emblem, then the Imperial Legion might be more your cup of mead. They offer a vision of a strong, centralized government that can protect its citizens from external threats. So, who should you choose? The decision isn't just about who you fight for, but what you believe in. Do you value the freedom to govern your own land, or the stability that comes from a powerful unified empire? Well, that's the beauty of Skyrim, my friends, it's up to you. The game allows you to explore the consequences of your choices in a richly detailed world. Do you side with the underdog rebels or the established power? Each choice comes with its own set of moral dilemmas and strategic considerations. Do you fight for Ulfric or for the Empire? Your decision will impact not only the storyline but also the lives of countless NPCs and the overall atmosphere of the game. Ultimately, the choice is yours, and each side offers its own unique quests, rewards, and challenges. Whether you choose the path of rebellion or the road of order, Skyrim's world will react and change based on your actions, making every playthrough a unique experience. Let's be real, who needs magic when you've got a giant honking sword? That's right, we're talking about smithing, the art of turning lumps of metal into instruments of destruction, or really fancy cutlery if that's your thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Smithing? Isn't that boring? I'd rather be out there slaying dragons and collecting cheese wheels. And yeah, standing around a forge all day might not sound as glamorous as battling mythical beasts. But trust me, being a master smith is incredibly rewarding. First of all, you'll be able to craft your own weapons and armor, which is way cooler than relying on some random blacksmith to make them for you. Want a sword that shoots lightning bolts? No problem. How about a helmet that makes you look like a giant terrifying bear? Easy peasy. But it's not just about looking cool, although that's a big part of it. Crafting your own gear means you'll be able to make it exactly how you want it. You can choose the materials, the enchantments, and even the name. I suggest naming your weapon after your favorite YouTube subscriber. Dragons, am I right? They're big, they're scary, and they breathe fire. But you know what's even scarier? A dragonborn with the dragon rend shout. This shout is basically the ultimate dragon slaying tool. It's like shouting, "Get down here and fight me like a warrior," in dragon language, and it forces those winged lizards to land so you can give them a taste of your steel, or magic, or whatever you're into. Learning Dragon Rend is essential for any aspiring dragonborn, because let's face it, fighting a dragon in midair is about as fun as trying to catch a greased mammoth. Alright, enough about fighting and crafting, let's talk about love. That's right, even in a world full of dragons and bandits, there's still time for romance. Getting married in Skyrim isn't just about finding someone to share your sweet rolls with, although that's a definite bonus. It also comes with some pretty sweet perks. For starters, your spouse will cook you home-cooked meals every day, which is way better than surviving on cheese wheels and horker haunches. They'll also offer words of encouragement, or nagging depending on their personality, and they might even accompany you on your adventures as a follower. Plus, let's be real, adventuring is dangerous work. It's always good to have someone who's got your back and who will make sure you don't wear mismatched armor to important events. Psst, hey you? Yeah, you? Want to make some easy money? Then join the Dark Brotherhood, Skyrim's premier assassination guild. Now I know what you're thinking. Murder? Isn't that a bit, wrong? And yeah, it's not exactly the most ethical career path, but hey, this is Skyrim. We're talking about a world where people eat giant insects and worship talking dogs. A little bit of murder is hardly going to raise any eyebrows. Plus, the Dark Brotherhood is all about style. We're talking about black leather armor, shadowy hideouts, and weapons with names like the Blade of Woe and the Widowmaker. It's like being in a heavy metal band, except instead of playing music, you're silently assassinating people. And there you have it, noble Dragonborn, the top 7 best decisions to make in Skyrim. May your path be ever victorious and your enemies vanquished. Until next time, keep your swords sharp and your wits sharper.